Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to continue our discussion for our exam review and look at monopolies. This video, we'll look at our chapter on monopolies. So first question we may have is, why do we have them, or how do they come about? And the main reason we have monopolies is what we might call high barriers to entry. That is, they're going to be in markets or industries where it's very hard for a new firm to get in. In this case, the three big things that we talked about were government regulation, ownership of a material, or ownership of materials, like how De Beers owns all the diamond mines. And the third bit would be from what's called a natural monopoly. This is where it's just more affordable for all of us if there's one firm rather than having 100 firms. So if we think about like electricity, right, we don't want to have 100 different power lines going over the city, so we have only one. So when we think about a monopoly, one of the things that we'll end up seeing, unlike the competitive market, the marginal revenue will actually be less than the price. And this is because as we produce more goods, or as our quantity increases, we'll see that our price will decrease. And this will be for all goods. Okay. So when we're thinking about our monopoly, like everything else, we have graphs to look at. So with our monopolists, we'll have money and a quantity of goods produced. And for them, we'll see a demand curve that looks something like this. But then we'll have our marginal revenue kind of sticking underneath that demand curve, something like this. Then normally we have an upward sloping marginal cost curve. And then we have a total cost that looks probably something like that. And when we're a monopolist, what we're going to do is, so kind of our process of deciding how many goods and what price to charge, the first thing we do is set MR equal to MC. And what this gives us is the profit maximizing quantity for a monopolist. And then from here, we basically take this line on this monopolist quantity up to the demand curve. So we'll take this straight up to the demand curve, and this will give us the price for the monopolist. And from here, and the second part gives us the price. And from here, we have a quantity for the monopolist is how much output we produce. And the price to the monopolist is the price the monopolist will charge. And then when we think about profit, what we'll do is we'll take our, so if we want to find the profit, we will take our, stay on this QM and scroll down to our average total cost. And then we will scroll over. Then if we take this area in between the price and the average total cost, this area will give us our profit. Or mathematically, our profit will be equal to the quantity that we produce times the price to the monopolist minus the average total cost. This is kind of the main ideas that we talked about with the monopolist. Again, why we have them. We have these barriers to entry. Then we go through and figure out how to find the profit. You'll want to be comfortable with this graph, be able to identify points. With that, you should be good to go. As we approach tomorrow, as we approach our test, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.